Can you talk about your process a little bit where you're posting once a day? And that's my challenge to all of our clients. Is they're like, yeah, I want to get into a content calendar and post 3 times a week. And I push back and our team pushes back like, hey, I'm going to challenge you to do it every day, 7 days a week. Because if you plan it out and you have some structure, then it's really not that difficult. And really that's what it takes these days to be top of mind.
Yep.
3 times a week ain't going to cut it,
You got to be omnipresent. When someone is ready to get their roof done, they have to have seen you for 6 months. And then they're like, oh, I know who I'm going to use, Big Time Roofing. But yeah, so basically what I do is I block off time on Sunday afternoon or Monday morning early, and I just write 3 articles. I mean, I literally just have a list of like 50 different things. Every time I have something pop into my mind, I'm like, oh, I'll write an article about that. I just put it on this Google form, and then when it comes time to it, I write an article about it, and I highlight it yellow. And then if I want to make a video about it, then I come back and highlight it green, so I'll know what all I've done. And I do 3 articles a week, so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then 2 videos. So I choose a topic and I make a video about it, whether it be something that I noticed that happened that week during a build or something that a customer asked me about. If one person asks you about it, most people are probably thinking it. They just don't ask you about it. So you make a video about it and you put it on your Facebook, your YouTube, your LinkedIn. You link it into the automatic emails that your CRM sends out, all kinds of things. And I think people really get hung up on the fact that like it has to be really good or like super professional. It's like, look, guys, there's like 1% of people producing content, and there's like 99% of people that are consuming content. So there are people out there that want to see what you have to say, and it doesn't have to be the highest quality production, but it needs to be like authentic and real and there. Like it has to be there for them to see it. So you got to just do it. And like you said, we schedule it. So on Facebook, we schedule our posts, and it takes me maybe, let's say, an hour to like write the descriptions and whatever. And then I don't have to do it the rest of the week. And on LinkedIn, I literally just copy it, because you can't schedule yet on LinkedIn, which is annoying. So I just copy it from Facebook over. And then, like I said, on TikTok throughout the week, I'm just making these, like whenever I'm doing something, I'm just making a TikTok and I put it in drafts, and then I pick whatever the most relevant hashtags are, post it, and then put it on a Facebook story. And now it looks like I'm all over the place doing all this, but really it took me 10 minutes, to copy and paste this or move this here or post this here, maybe even less time than that.
That is awesome, man. I love it. So getting into the tactics a little bit. So you have this list of things that you want to talk about, you want to write about, do videos about. I do the same thing. I use Evernote, and like every time I think of an idea, I just jot it down in Evernote. I have like this massive list of like dozens of different ideas. And then you go create, you write an article. So that's going on your website. Like, where are these articles going?
So currently the articles are going onto LinkedIn, but the company that hosts my website, we're doing a lot of really cool stuff that I would actually like to talk about sometime in this. But part of it is they're putting a blog section in. It's going to help with SEO and all that kind of stuff. But we're going to take all of the stuff that I've already published on LinkedIn, and we'll just put it into a blog post there, and then we can backlink it. So you're accomplishing multiple different things. You're putting content out on your website. You're having backlinks, so you have SEO stuff going on. And, you're just putting your stuff in more places so that the more eyes can get on it.
Yeah, repurposing is huge. Don't get, like, for anyone listening, watching, you don't have to create different content for all the different platforms. Yes, some of the structure might be a little bit different, like TikTok's gonna be vertical. You're going to have an article, obviously it's written, but you can repurpose the same idea like in 10 different places. And that's the, I don't want to say trick, but that's the strategy to being able to do this and be omnipresent with everything.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, repurposing content is, if you had to do one thing for every single one all the time, you'd be like literally never doing anything but that. So.
Right. Yeah. And it also helps your audience. It's not like being lazy. It helps your audience because we try to do this. They see the same concept. Maybe, if they're following a few different platforms of yours, they're seeing the same concept a few different ways, and it starts to sink in, right? So if you have an article about like, what is the average roof replacement cost? Well, that might be a quick video on Instagram or TikTok. You might have an article on LinkedIn. You might have something about on your website, like a more comprehensive guide on that. And so people that want a quick hit, want a 10-second answer on that, they can go to TikTok. People that might want, something more in depth, they can go to YouTube or LinkedIn. And then people that really want to get analytical, maybe there's a longer article on your website. So you're providing the same answers, the same content, the same value to people that are going to consume it in different ways. And not only consume it in different ways, but they might consume 3 or 4 different pieces of that content, and that's ingrained to their brain. It's adding more value to them and helping them make a better decision. So it's it's a way of being more efficient, and also a way of providing more value to your market.
Yeah. And like you said, it also, like, maybe they get 10 seconds of it on TikTok, and then they're like, I want to know more about this. So then they go to your website and they have this whole article, and then at the end you have a YouTube video that's a 6-7 minute description. Now, the longer you have them on your website, the more chance you have of them, converting or calling you or actually sending you a message, something like that. So the more basically the concept is, the more content you can have for them to consume, the longer they're going to be there, the more trusting they're going to become of you. Basically, because the more value you're giving them, the higher conversion rate you're going to get.